Hi there. In this video, we're going to walk through how you can build weekly test prep reviews for your state science assessment on the NGSS. We're going to build 3 different levels as a way to differentiate these weekly reviews, and we're going to call them mild, medium, and spicy. So to get started, go ahead and log into your InOrbit account and click Get Started. When you're building these assessments, it'll be helpful to have a handful of topics or performance expectations you're looking to build for this weekly review. So let's say we are a middle school teacher and we're wanting to build a review for a life science unit we had earlier in this year. What I'll do is I can either search by performance expectation in the search bar. So say MS LS11 was my first performance expectation. I can search for that in the search bar, or I can go through these navigation tiles to select MS LS11. I'm going to scroll down to this matching phenomena with questions for MS LS11 and decide on a phenomena that is different, is kind of an application from what I maybe used in my class with my students. Let's talk about what can a microscope show us about a plant cell. For this first assessment, I'm going to build this mild or easier level of rigor assessment for my students who might need a little bit more confidence boost to get their thoughts going. For this mild assessment, I'm going to select prior knowledge and on-grade level knowledge questions. These are DCI only. On-grade level knowledge questions is the DCI from the current grade band, as you can see here with this MS LS11 DCI. And then prior knowledge questions are DCI only questions, but focused on the prior grade band. So for this mild assessment, I'm going to choose this prior knowledge question, bloop, and this on grade level knowledge question, bloop. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click View My Assessment. So I have 1 phenomena for MS LS11 and 2 mild questions. Let's go to my next PE that I want to have students review. MS LS12. I'll scroll down to the matching phenomena for MS LS12, look at an assessment that seems particularly interesting to my students, and choose a prior knowledge and on-grade level knowledge question. All right, let's click View My Assessment. So now I have MS LS11, MS LS12. So you all get the drift. You'll keep going through as many performance expectations as you're wanting to build for this weekly review for this mild assessment. So I'm going to stop here at MS LS11 and MS LS12, and I'm going to say mild life science unit 2 review. I'll go ahead and save that. And when I assign this to all of my classes, my students will know that this will be the mild version if they're wanting to get started here. Let's go ahead and build our medium assessment. What I'd recommend is using the same performance expectations and same phenomena. So students are working across on the same thing across all of your classes, but they'll be working on different levels of rigor of questions. So let's go ahead and go back to MS LS11 and we're going to choose the same phenomena, but this time for our medium level of assessment, we're going to go ahead and choose some on-grade level knowledge questions and some formative questions. So maybe I'll choose the same on-grade level knowledge question as I did prior, but now let's get into some formative questions to turn up the heat, as you could say. And these formative questions are going to be the DCI and the cross-cutting concept, or the DCI and the SCP. So here it looks like this cluster just has DCIs and CCCs, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and select this formative question for this phenomena. So I still have the same phenomena, but now I have on-grade level knowledge and formative questions. So let's go back to MS LS12. I'll choose the same phenomena from prior. And I'm going to choose on-grade level knowledge and a formative question. So let's choose the same on-grade level knowledge from the mild assessment, but now let's choose a formative. Aha, I'm going to choose this one since it has an SCP. Give them some practice with the practices. Great. All right, so now I have MS LS11, on-grade level knowledge and formative, MS LS12, on-grade level knowledge and formative. So I'm going to call this the medium. LS Unit 2 review. All right, let's go ahead and build our spicy assessment. Go back to our assessments tab. Click New Assessment. I'll search for the same performance expectations as before. Same phenomena. But now for our spicy assessment, let's choose 1 formative question and 1 summative question. So let's do the same formative question as prior. And then I'm going to choose a summative question that will assess all 3 dimensions of the NGSS. And we can choose either between a multiple choice or an open response. So for this one, I'm going to choose a multiple choice, and for the other PE, I'm going to choose an open response. So view my assessment, formative MSLS11, summative MSLS11, fantastic. Let's pull up the other PE. MS-LS1-2, choose the same phenomena as prior, and choose a formative question and a summative question. So I'm going to choose the same formative question as I did before, and then choose a summative question that's open response, just to give my students some practice with that. Fantastic. So I have MS-LS1-1 formative and summative, and then MS-LS1-2 formative and summative. So I'm going to call this one Spicy Unit 2 Review. Fantastic. So I now have 3 differentiated weekly reviews for this one unit. I have my mild, medium, and spicy. So what I'll recommend to do from here is I would assign all 3 assessments to all of your rosters. This way students have access to all of the assessments, so they can choose if they want to do mild first, medium first, maybe they want to start spicy, kind of up to them. But I would assign all 3 assessments so students can choose one from their dashboard. What you can do as well, if you want to differentiate yourself, and if you want to assign it to specific students, when you click on the assessment and you assign it to your rosters, click that lock unlock button, and you can lock it for certain students. If you only want Hermione to take the spicy review, you can go ahead and just keep it unlocked for her, but then lock it for everybody else. So that's one option of how you can differentiate. After you've built your mild, medium, and spicy weekly reviews, the best report to see how students are doing and to make sure you're monitoring which assessments which students have taken, best report to see this is by clicking reports and go to Gradebook. When you scroll down, you'll be able to see your rosters and you'll be able to see all of the assessments that are assigned. You can then see which assessment students have completed. If it says needs grading, that just means that there's an open-ended response that you need to grade, but the student has submitted. So what you can see here is if there's a dash, that means students have not started the assessment. If it says in progress, that means they are in progress of the assessment, haven't submitted yet. And then if you see a response or a score, that means students have completed the assessment. So from here, you're gonna be able to see a quick view of your rosters and all of the assessments you are assigning, specifically the mild, medium, and spicy assessment, so you can see how students are doing and which one they've chosen. If you need anything at all, please email us at support@inorbit.com, and good luck with this testing season.